Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Big Daddy Buds, and my co-host.
You can call me Al.
And call me Alfred, and you stumbled upon the Grow Under the Stairs Strain Hunting Edition. Let's get into it. Yeah!
It feels so good to be back.
It really does, Alfred. It really does. However, it's not like we were gone for that long, because we did release the unmasking videos.
Here we go.
3 damn parts, which you guys didn't pay attention to. Thank you very much.
The new year, fam. Why don't we start with something positive?
Oh, I'm positive they didn't watch the videos right there on the screen.
It was holiday season. People with their friends and family.
Okay, so what am I then?
Nah. You see
What am I, Alfred, huh?
That's not what I meant.
On screen, what you're watching
I
is
can't take you serious.
the plants that we will be hunting through for this season. But before that, coming up, still got it, Alfred. I still got it. We will be harvesting 6 plants, which we were running in the background while we were doing the unmasking series.
Damn.
I know, and one of them is actually my own genetic. This is the strain hunting season, so we'll get into that, but one of them is ready to go. Also in this video, since I am an Alaskan resident, you know I gotta throw in some Alaska stuff in here.
Was that a whale?
It was, but don't jump ahead, Alfred.
Jeez.
Gonna go over some plant training, how I use the stakes, as well as showing you some plants that were trellised, some beautiful nug shots. You know the deal.
Get in my belly. Yum.
I know, right? That might be the cover. That might be the cover for this video. And as I tend to do every now and then, I'm gonna throw in a bit of my personal life, things that I do with my neighbors and stuff like that.
That down with the gun?
It's a really packed video.
Do I have to change his contact name to down with the shotgun?
And we'll end this with where the plants are today for the beginning of this season, which is week number 2 of flowers. So clear out your schedule for the next 18 minutes or so, and come along for the ride as we watch these beautiful 2 kittens doing their thing.
Oh, please, no.
Yeah, not sure if you guys follow me on Instagram. They keep deleting it, but we did get 2 new cats in this household. And y'all know I just had to show them off a little bit.
Oh, that you want.
Right.
Here's another baby.
Yeah.
She's gone tomorrow, but
Back to 10 cats for those keeping count.
Hey.
And let's go back a few weeks before we flip these plants to flowers. Show you around a little bit so you can familiarize yourself with the setup. We got 2 oversized 2x4 tents housing 12 different plants, all of which are creations of this very channel. Wow. I know. We made these last season and detailed that during that series. And now it's time to reap the reward. 6 of these plants are being ran in 100% cocoa, my very first time doing that. Those 6 are being watered automatically by an ebb and flow system. And this plant here is one of them.
why she look like that?
She'll be alright, Alfred. She'll be alright. There was a little bit of a learning curve when it came to the feeding. Now, some pre-flip to flower trimming is what I'm doing over here. Also, taking the time to check out the root zone. Make sure that there isn't any of that brown slimy stuff that usually happens when the correct things aren't being done. On the other tent, which is what you are looking at, we got 6 more. These 6 are in a combination of peat and perlite as a medium. And as you can see, some pretty harsh trimming for this side. Lots of cleanup on the lower branches and topping in hopes of evening out the canopy. As shown, they were in 3-gallon plastic pots, but we did agree to go to 5-gallon fabric pots for this run. So I did transplant them before the flip to flower, and we'll follow up on that in just a bit. For now, let's talk about the whale that had the whole state of Alaska talking.
Oh, don't speak about yourself like that.
Not me, Alfred. Relax.
Must have gained like at least 15 pounds during the holidays.
Come on, be nice. Be nice. Had to blur that for you two. Pretty graphic. Marine biologist cutting into the whale to figure out the cause of death. Now, this is a juvenile female fin whale about the size of a school bus.
You're not that big.
Now, I'm from the East Coast, so I ain't never seen no shit like this. You better believe I told Dan with the gun to take me to see it, which he did. And because it's so cold, the whale was just left there. Like it's still there.
Still this day.
In nature's freezer, aka Alaska. As we move on to the plants that we're gonna be harvesting in this video. That's right.
I'm ready for the nog boom.
Me too, Alfred. It's been a minute. 6 total plants, all on week number 8 of flower, are about to be harvested. Now, I normally prefer to harvest around week 9 or 10 of flower, but this was just a placeholder until the downstairs plants were ready, which they now are. Yeah, they are. We'll get to them. Relax. So what you're looking at are 4 out of the 6. These being housed in a tall 2x2 tent provided by sponsors.
Wait.
What happened, Alfred? What
I
happened?
don't think they sponsor this channel anymore.
Yo, I don't know either, bro. Listen, if you saw the interview,
Say you had a new sponsor.
That's a fact. I did say that, but no. Listen. What had happened was.
Here we go.
But let me talk. How can I talk?
Talk.
Jesus. By the way, the plant you are looking at on screen right now is the Cairo from Belief. We've been running this cultivar since 2022 in this channel. And this is a clone of 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 that.
Attack of the clown!
So if you want any more information on this particular plant, feel free to watch any of the harvest videos from previous seasons. But in general, the beauty, color, and the tightness of the nugs are the reasons I've kept this around. Here's a quick flashback of one of the previous times we ran this. So let your eyes feast on that while your ears learn about what's happened to my economic situation. Listen. As most of you know, I signed a year contract with Spider Farmer that expired sometime around October of last year. Lovely people from China. Shout out to TikTok. Current version of the Cairo on the screen again, by the way. So when the contract expired, they wanted to re-sign me.
Us! Resign us!
But they weren't trying to raise my pay. You know how that goes.
I know the economy!
But they were nice enough to keep paying me per video until I found a new sponsor that paid me more.
Yeah, because I didn't think you'd find one!
It's a fact, Alfred, it's a fact. But I did. Found another company, one of their competitors, that was willing to pay me 30% more than these people were paying me.
We're rich, bitch!
No. We wouldn't have been rich, just less poor, Alfred. Anyway, the problem with that was they weren't trying to replace all of my equipment. They just wanted to replace some of it. Meaning, my videos would have been constrained to me showing off just some of my weed plants instead of the whole grow. And creatively, that sounded really boring to me, so I didn't sign the contract.
So what happens now?
Well, what happens now is that we'll be moving on to the orangecello crossed with Grandpa's cookies, R2 V1. By us, look at that.
Gee, thick boy!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the very first plant out of the genetics that we created last season that has been flowered in this household. Oh yeah. Yeah. Now this plant was created by reversing my keeper cut of my prized pheno orangecello, which is by Prism Lab, with SDS spray. This causes the plant to throw out pollen sacs instead of the nugs that we're accustomed to smoking. That pollen was then used to pollinate 12 different cultivars which we had ran and kept from previous runs. One of them being, of course, the Grandpa's Cookies from Ethos. And that specific mother plant is the one that you are observing on screen now. Oh yeah. Some of the reasons we wanted to mix these are discussed in the linked video. This is that plant, if you remember, that had that sandalwood smell we used to make fun of. Really complete plant, one of my favorites to smoke. Now the one that we reversed and quote-unquote father of the situation is the orangecello, which is a mix of the Gary OG and the ISO 8. That is the plant currently on screen. The nose on this is the real key. Orange terps that'll blow out your taste buds, that's a fact. Dark purple colors and size too. So how did the mix of these two turn out? Well, here it is, you tell me. That's the daughter, man.
What you mean? You tell me?
Like they tell me, you know.
It's your video, dog!
Yeah, but they got eyes, son.
Don't get canceled now!
I'm just saying this right here. Look, you tell me.
That's racist and you know it!
So as far as the size, man, for the nugs,
nervous
it's very
laugh.
comparable to the orangecello for sure.
Yeah, doggy!
Come on, Alfred.
I'm gonna get the blind community on your ass!
This is a plant that next time I run it, I probably will go heavy on the lollipopping. Since unlike the Cairo, which I showed you guys earlier, the bottom nugs on this plant are extremely small and larvae. But I'm only one man and I could only run so many plants. So since some of y'all are running my genetics, here's some more examples of what my genetics are doing outside in the wild.
What's going on? It's the Solo Girl, and today we're going to be talking about the Cairo cross with orangecello, brought to us by the Grow Under the Stairs. She could throw pound for pound with the best of them. She's very fruity, like a candy fruit with skunk. She's got rock hard nugs, and she is frosty.
You got that Alaskan fire. Yo, that shit is amazing. It is my #1 strain ever to grow and to smoke. That's #1. I got the best shit I ever smoked in my life in the fucking house right now. Now what? Alaska.
Yeah, how cool is that? The coach! Look at that, the coach, my man.
Fast, 6-time All-American record holder, bitch!
That's a fact as we move on to chimera #3 from Belief. Second time, actually third time running this on this channel. First time we ran it, we got the worst herm ever from this plant. So just last season, we went ahead and popped another seed, kind of expecting the same situation, so I didn't even clone it. And once we got to harvest, by that time I had kind of fallen in love with it. So I took one of the nugs and re-vegged it, and we did detail that on last season. And that did work out, and this is the plant that you are observing now. You could tell why I would clone something like this. Pretty good structure, man. The nugs are pretty sizable and very dense. The nose of this is very pleasant as well, trending towards that fruity floral situation. That's where I like to live, in that fruity aura. I'm happy. No, Daddy. Man, back up, doggy. Anyway, when I ended up trimming this plant, I did find herm sites, bro.
Oh, this plant.
I know, bro. Like I thought, I didn't see him last time. So originally, I was considering breeding with the chimera number 3, but I think that's a bad move right now. I'm gonna go ahead and discontinue that one. Yeah, yeah. 3 down, 3 to go. So let's take a quick entertainment break and show y'all what I did for New Year's. Now, some of y'all know my neighbor Willie Nelson, real name, don't wear it out, is also a DJ. He has his own setup at home, so I chill there every now and then, and this New Year's wasn't an exception. Went there with Dan with the gun and my cousin, just ate, smoked, and enjoyed some tunes. You know the deal.
Living life. We just living life.
Anyway, both William and Dan have art on their walls, so I'm just showing off some of their stuff in case you're into it. Enrich your lives with pretty shit, you know? A lot of it is music based. And now, I ain't gonna lie, as far as reflection, this New Year, Christmas season was kind of hard. Ending the year up in the air contract-wise, you know what I mean? Taking stock of your life and not seeing maybe the movement you'd want to see. It hurts a little bit.
Bet you've never heard that from a girl.
But with a new year comes a new opportunity to try again. In fact, every day is a new opportunity to try again. And I'm here and you're here, so no reason to feel sad, really upset. Let's just get up and try again. You know what I'm talking about? Let's just try again, bro. Let's we move on to a plant we've never ran in this channel, and this is the Dippin' Sticks, and this was a clone gifted to us by one of my favorite canon content creators, How Weed Grow. The homie out there in the East Coast, shout out to him.
She ices.
I know. She is.
So
Fact. So the story goes, someone sent the belief cut of the Dippin' Sticks to How Weed Grow, aka selfie seeds, to selfie it. That's the process where you breed a plant with itself to make seeds of itself. The parents of this plant are...
Oh, that plant's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, you know she like it. She's so icy.
Let's get it.
So icy.
Yeah, okay, so info flashed on the screen, but the parents are slur came from in-house genetics and the platinum cookie. As far as the smell, How Weed Grows told me that it smells like sugar cane, but heavier on the berry without the tart. For me, it smells, in the tent at least, like fermenting fruit. These plants are both trellis and occupy a 2x3 space.
You're not gonna show this by the farming tent? You gotta commit. Either we is or we not.
Anyway, both of these are in 5-gallon fabric pots. The one on the right is also a cut of the Dippin' Sticks. On the left, we got a cut of the Truffaloha, gifted to us by a good friend, J Dirt Exotics.
What up, homeboy? She looking special.
That's a fact. And by the way, all the plants I've been showing have been fed with the Jack's 321 nutrient line. They don't sponsor me.
We tried.
That's just what I use, and I know you're gonna ask, so there you go. Hope you're noticing the structure of the nugs of this plant. They have more of a round head type of thing. As we pan left to right,
Be the man that writes checks with the hand that don't write.
we see how the structure of the Dippin' Stick nug is more of a triangular type of thing.
Fire.
What does that mean? Nothing. Just showing you that not all weed is the same. As far as the smell, since they're both on the same tent, they're so interwoven, I'm unable to pick what smells like what. The whole tent basically smells like ripening or fermenting fruit. I have more feedback on this once we get to the smoking part of
The
it.
judge that dismissed that dog from the Kit Kat Club, but I got enough to
Alfred.
just back up and make the bitch back up.
Sure, why not? Why not? Why not?
Y'all know about
As
that?
far as the Truffaloha number 2, this is originally from Belief, and this cut specifically hunted by J Dirt Exotics, who kept this one because of his loud grape terps. Jesus Christ. With a backing of coconut. That's what he says, yeah. How y'all doing out there? Huh?
Oh, they chilling.
Need a break? You need a break? I got you, dog.
They chilling.
I got you. We got you some Dan with the gun out here, who just bought a shotgun for himself for Christmas. I know.
Who hurt you, Dan?
I don't know, but let's make this into a trailer for Dan. He told me to stay away.
Leave my overalls alone.
He warned them, but they did it. Listen, and now it's too late. Dang, with the gun. Rated R, under 17 requires accompanying parent or legal guardian.
You're a certified clown. out, B.
Netflix, holla at us, bro. We talked about this before, bro, as far as drying is concerned. I hang my plants upside down after removing all of the fan leaves. Those are the ones not directly attached to the nug, basically separated by a stem. I set my exhaust fan to exhaust out anything over 62% humidity, and if it drops below 57, I'll water the dirt pots that I left in the tent to bring it back up a bit. In the bottom of the tent, not hitting the plants directly, I also have
Jesus, John Wick!
I also have a rotating fan moving the air around in a low setting. 10 to 14 days and your plants should be ready for jarring. As we move on to the plants that we are growing today. However, let's take a step back so you can see the difference in growth rate between the cocoa medium on the right hand side tent versus the peat made media that we made on the left hand. Now, as you saw, clearly the cocoa was behind in height and struggling, but once I figured it out, it was a wrap. Look at that. Yeah.
Also, we're promoting the tents.
Hey, why not? Let's see if they pay us, man. These are oversized 2x4 tents from Spider Farm if you're interested in any of their equipment. Try discount code Alfred. Maybe it still works. Hey, I gotta try, bro.
Go ahead, player.
Now back to watering the plants in cocoa. As discussed earlier, these are in an automatic watering system. I started out by setting the system to water once a day, and once I flipped to flower, I upped it to twice a day, which is where we're currently still at. Got two lights on this side helping me adjust for the height difference between cultivars. And as shown, both sides are in week number 2 of flower. For those following me on Instagram, you would have seen that these plants actually got so tall I had to move the exhaust fan to outside of the tent in order to get more headroom for the plants. And you'll see that on next week's video. As it was, the light was already the highest height it could go, and these plants grew into them. So make sure you time the flip to flower right or end up with overgrown plants like I did. Now on the other side, we have just one long light. Because of this, we're gonna have to use stakes to train the plants down in hopes of getting a more even canopy. And as you can see, these plants are extremely bushy and unruly. So let's take them out and see what we could do in order to spread them out a little more even. Yeah, and by the way, the cultivars that we will be running this season are right there on screen. We got 6 different ones of the ones that we created on last season. We are running 2 different seeds of each, so 12 in total, 6 in cocoa medium, and then the other one in the peat medium that we created. And here you can see what we ended up doing to these plants as far as training is concerned. Opened them up a little bit with those stakes, and if any one branch was sticking out too much, I cut it down. At this point, the plants hadn't began to flower yet, so I wasn't worried about stressing them too much. Took the time while I had them out to clean up some of the bottom branches as well, and this is what we ended up with. Not quite as an even canopy as I'd like, but when you're dealing with different cultivars, you simply are going to get these variations in heights and structure. It's just part of the game.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Let's move on to a little bit more of my personal life. Went back to Willie Nelson's place where he invited us over for a rib roast.
Yummy.
You know I had to show that off over here. Look at that, lordy. He invited his brother over also, first time meeting. Then his brother ended up inviting us to his place.
Male bonding is so sweet.
Shut up, Alfred.
Told you not to hate the player.
Take that. And I think that's it, man. Before we leave, though, I do want to give a special thanks to all the Patreons, man, that been holding me down.
Love you.
From Alfred and I.
And from Manny too.
Sure, Manny as well. The last couple of months, we spent it working on the unmasking series. And because these videos didn't show any cannabis or any equipment, we didn't get paid. So you guys actually did help me make it through for these months. That's a fact. And now we're back to weekly videos. So I see you guys next week. Outside of that, man, I appreciate your time. You know what to do if you enjoyed the video.
See you later.